It began not with a jingle, but with a poster. At the turn of the 20th century, American advertising was still in its infancy, a world of hand-painted billboards, newspaper announcements, and traveling salesmen promising miracle tonics. What defined those early decades was simplicity. A single image, a few bold words, and a promise. Products didn't yet sell dreams. They sold soap, tobacco, and soda, and they sold them with confidence. By 1905, urban America had turned into an open canvas of persuasion. Coca-Cola was no longer just a drink, it was becoming an idea, refreshment as identity. The new medium of mass printing allowed brands to reach millions, and the language of business slowly began to merge with the language of emotion. Advertising was learning to speak in feelings. When radio entered the scene in the 1920s, everything changed. For the first time, the human voice could carry desire directly into people's homes. Entire families gathered around the radio, listening to jingles that would live in their heads for decades. Have a Coke and a smile. It's toasted. Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. The message was no longer static, it was alive, rhythmic, and persuasive. Radio made the American brand not just visible, but audible. The 1950s marked what historians now call the golden age of advertising. Television arrived, and with it, the image of the perfect American life. Gleaming cars, polished kitchens, smiling families, every frame crafted to reflect aspiration, not reality. Advertising was no longer about what people needed, it was about who they wanted to become. In those post-war years, ads were painted in optimism. They promised a better tomorrow, often framed through the lens of consumer success. Buy this, and you'll belong. That idea, belonging through consumption, became the backbone of modern marketing. By the 1970s, creativity became the new currency. Agencies like Ogilvy and Mather and Doyle Dane Bernbach redefined the craft, replacing pure sales talk with humor, wit, and storytelling. Think small, said Volkswagen, in one of the most famous print campaigns ever made. It wasn't just an ad, it was a cultural statement. Television evolved too, color broadcasts, catchy slogans, and celebrity endorsements turned brands into icons. From the Marlboro Man to Apple's 1984 commercial, advertising had become something bigger than persuasion. It was art. And America was watching. Then came the digital shift. In the 1990s, as the internet spread, advertising migrated from screens in living rooms to screens on desks. The first banner ad appeared in 1994, a small rectangle asking, "Have you ever clicked your mouse right here?" It achieved a 44% click-through rate, a number unimaginable today. For the first time, attention became measurable. Companies discovered that the more they knew about you, your habits, your interests, your timing, the more precisely they could sell to you. What began as a curiosity became the foundation of an entirely new economy. By the early 2000s, pop-up ads and email spam flooded the digital landscape. Yet from this chaos emerged innovation: Google AdWords, YouTube pre-rolls, Facebook targeting. The old billboard was now a pixel on a personalized feed. The advertisement had learned to adapt, to every age, every gender, every second of your scrolling thumb. The smartphone changed everything again. Suddenly, advertising wasn't just seen, it was lived. Notifications, influencer endorsements, and sponsored stories blurred the line between content and commerce. When you liked a post, shared a video, or paused on an image, you were feeding a system that never stopped learning. The ad industry had become a mirror, reflecting you, and selling that reflection back. Today, in 2025, American advertising stands at a paradox. It is both more personal and less human than ever before. Artificial intelligence now generates entire campaigns in minutes, creating ads that adapt in real time to your emotions, your voice, even your facial expression. Algorithms can test thousands of variations before a human has even seen one. And yet, despite all the technology, the essence remains unchanged: a story, a promise, a feeling that you need something more. Advertising has always been a reflection of the era it lived in. The early posters mirrored industrial optimism, radio echoed community, television projected desire, digital screens revealed the self. Each stage built upon the last, and each made the act of persuasion more intimate, more invisible. But the question remains, what happens when the ad knows us better than we know ourselves? When the boundaries between choice and influence blur completely? For over a century, American advertising has sold more than products. It has sold dreams, lifestyles, and even identities. It has shaped not only what people buy, but how they think, feel, and define success. Every jingle, every billboard, every algorithmic recommendation is part of a single continuous narrative, the story of attention. From a hand-painted sign in 1900 to an AI-generated video in 2025, the goal has never changed, to capture a moment of human focus. And while the methods evolve, the core remains timeless, persuasion dressed in the language of progress. Because in the end, advertising isn't about selling. It's about storytelling. And America, more than any nation on earth, learned to tell stories that sell the world itself.
Bye everyone, thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.